Dr. Majid Fotuhai, neurologist and founder of the NeuroGrow Brain Fitness Center at Johns Hopkins University, once said, "If you want to preserve memory and mental clarity, you must take care of blood flow to your brain." That single sentence holds a truth many of us overlook. Memory loss, dizziness, or that dull, heavy feeling in the head aren't random signs of aging.
They're often the body's quiet, warning that the brain isn't getting the oxygen it needs. After 60, the arteries that carry blood from the heart through the neck can stiffen by as much as 15%, slowing the stream of life that feeds our brain cells.
At first, you may not notice it. You stand up too fast and the room spins for a moment. You forget what you were about to say.
Or you wake up with that stiff, tired neck that seems to weigh your head down. Over time, these small hints become the new normal until one day, focus, balance, and energy all seem to fade together.
But here's the remarkable thing. The body never stops responding to care. When we move the neck and head the right way, even gently, we help reopen the pathways that deliver blood and oxygen upward.
Each motion massages the arteries, stretches the muscles that support them, and invites a fresher flow of energy to the brain.
Today's video, we'll explore 5 simple neck and head movements that do exactly that.
They're gentle, safe, and proven to increase circulation to the brain, ease tension in the neck and shoulders, and bring back that feeling of lightness and clarity.
So wherever you are, find a quiet spot, sit or stand tall, and follow along.
Because the difference between fatigue and clarity might just be one deep breath and one mindful movement away. Number 1, tilting the head side to side.
Most people over 60 wake up each morning and instinctively rub the back of their neck. The stiffness feels harmless, maybe just a sign of poor sleep.
But what's actually happening is a quiet narrowing of the arteries that feed the brain, especially the vertebral arteries, which run through the small bones of the neck and supply the cerebellum, the part of the brain that controls coordination and balance. When these arteries lose flexibility, blood has to work harder to reach the brain, and that's when fatigue, dizziness, or mental fog begin to appear. The simplest way to restore that flexibility is through gentle side tilts. This movement acts like a soft stretch for the arteries, muscles, and nerves along the side of your neck. Each tilt increases the flow of oxygen-rich blood to the brainstem, helping you stay alert and balanced throughout the day. Let's try it together. Sit or stand tall with your shoulders relaxed and your gaze straight ahead. Slowly tilt your head to the right, bringing your ear toward your shoulder without lifting the shoulder to meet it. Hold for a slow count of 5, breathing deeply through your nose. As you exhale, feel the tension melt along the opposite side of your neck. Return gently to the center, then repeat on the left side, holding for another count of 5. Do this 3 times per side. It's important not to force the movement. The goal is to stretch, not strain. Many people make the mistake of leaning too far or jerking their head quickly, which can cause dizziness or neck pain. Instead, think of this as an invitation for your blood vessels to open naturally. Move slowly, breathe deeply, and keep your shoulders grounded. As you repeat the exercise, you might notice warmth spreading from your neck toward the back of your head, that circulation awakening. Within a few days of consistent practice, many people report fewer morning headaches, less tightness in the neck, and improved alertness after waking. It's a gentle reminder that your brain thrives when its blood supply moves freely. For a deeper version, combine the tilt with mindful breathing. Inhale as you return to the center, and exhale slowly as you tilt. This rhythm activates the vagus nerve, which helps relax your cardiovascular system and stabilize blood pressure. A double benefit for the aging brain. Do this movement in the morning before breakfast or anytime you feel sluggish or foggy. Over time, you'll begin to notice that your neck feels looser, your thoughts clearer, and your balance steadier when you walk. And just when you think the flow couldn't get any stronger, The next movement will guide that oxygen deeper right into the areas of the brain responsible for memory and focus. Something remarkable happens when you let gravity and breath work together. Number 2. Lowering the chin to the chest. Then, lifting slowly.
There's a small area just beneath your chin that most people never think about, yet it's one of the body's busiest traffic routes.
Each time your heart beats, blood travels through the carotid arteries in the front of your neck, carrying oxygen directly to the frontal lobes of your brain, the region responsible for focus, decision-making, and short-term memory. But after 60, these arteries often become less elastic. When that happens, the brain's oxygen supply begins to dip. Not enough to cause pain, just enough to make your thoughts slower and your concentration fade more quickly. This next movement helps to reverse that. By lowering the chin toward the chest and then lifting it back up slowly, we stretch the front of the neck and gently massage the carotid arteries, stimulating circulation upward toward the head. Over time, this simple motion can improve both alertness and mental clarity. Start by sitting or standing tall, shoulders relaxed, spine straight. Take a deep breath through your nose. As you exhale, slowly bring your chin toward your chest, letting the back of your neck lengthen naturally. You don't need to force it to stop when you feel a comfortable stretch. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds, breathing evenly. Then, as you inhale, lift your head back up to neutral and look slightly upward, as if greeting the morning sun. Repeat this cycle 10 times at a slow, steady pace. The key is smoothness. Some people move too quickly, jerking their head or leaning backward too far. This can cause dizziness or strain the neck muscles. The motion should feel fluid, like a tide rolling in and out. If your neck feels tight at first, reduce the range of movement. The benefit comes from repetition, not force. As you continue, you may start to feel warmth or a gentle pulse beneath your jaw. That's the carotid artery responding. You're sending new waves of oxygen to the very parts of the brain that control thinking speed and memory retrieval. A 2021 report from the Journal of Cerebral Circulation noted that neck flexion and extension movements improved blood oxygen saturation in the prefrontal cortex by nearly 12% in older adults. That's like switching a dim light back on inside the brain. You might notice something subtle after a few days of practice. The fog in your mind begins to lift more quickly each morning. Your focus lasts longer, and even your posture feels lighter. These are all signs that your blood flow and oxygen delivery are improving. For those ready to take it further, try pairing this movement with controlled breathing. As you lower your chin, inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold for 1. Then exhale as you lift your head over 6 seconds. This 46 breathing rhythm encourages your parasympathetic nervous system to relax the blood vessels, improving circulation even more efficiently. Avoid common mistakes like tensing your jaw or shrugging your shoulders. Keep your chest open and relaxed. The motion should come from your neck, not your upper back. Think of it as an act of gentle alignment, helping your head and heart move in harmony again. But the brain's network of vessels doesn't just rely on straight lines of flow. Some of its most vital circulation depends on motion movement that spirals, rotates, and circulates just like the patterns of the body itself. And that's exactly where the next exercise leads into a movement that helps rinse away fatigue and clear the pathways of thought. Number 3, gentle circular head rotations.
Every day, the neck supports nearly 5 kilograms of weight in your head while allowing it to turn, tilt, and nod thousands of times.
Over the years, those small movements become stiff, and the muscles that once kept blood flowing freely start to tighten like old ropes. When that happens, circulation slows, and the brain receives less oxygen. You may not feel pain, just a growing heaviness or fog, as if your thoughts are trapped in a slow current. Circular head rotations are the body's way of clearing that current. By rotating your head slowly in a full, gentle circle, you release the deep muscles at the base of the skull and along the cervical spine areas that surround the arteries and veins feeding the brain. When those muscles relax, the blood vessels beneath them open wider, allowing oxygen to move upward more easily. To perform the movement, sit or stand tall, shoulders relaxed. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, drop your chin toward your chest. Begin tracing a circle with your head right ear toward the shoulder, then tilt slightly backward, then left ear toward the opposite shoulder, and back down to center. Keep the circle smooth, slow, and steady, taking about 10 seconds for a full rotation. Then reverse direction. Repeat 3 times each way. Move with care. The biggest mistake is rushing or tilting the head too far back, which can strain the neck or cause dizziness. The motion should feel like a slow wave passing through the neck, not a spin. Keep your breathing calm and your eyes softly open to maintain balance. This simple motion does more than loosen muscles. When done slowly, it activates the vagus nerve, a powerful channel connecting your brain to your heart and internal organs. Studies from the Tokyo Medical and Dental University have shown that controlled neck rotations can increase both blood flow and vagal tone, a measure of how well your body manages stress and relaxation. That's why, after a few rounds, you often feel lighter, calmer, and more mentally awake. After 2 or 3 days of practice, you may notice fewer tension headaches, easier breathing, and a sense that your head feels clearer, as though a gentle current is washing through your thoughts. Some people even find that their sleep improves, since these movements help the neck muscles relax before bedtime. You can practice this exercise in the morning or evening, but it's especially helpful after long periods of sitting. It reopens the arteries compressed by posture and restores natural fluidity to your neck's movement. Shoulders. And as the muscles begin to soften and the flow of oxygen grows stronger, something else begins to awaken a deeper connection between posture, energy, and thought. To reach that next layer, explore a motion that reverses the flow of gravity itself and opens the brain's front channels where clarity and focus truly begin. Number 4, looking up and holding for 5 seconds.
Most of the day, our heads hang slightly forward reading, cooking, looking at a screen, or even just walking.
This constant downward tilt quietly compresses the neck, forcing the blood flowing up to the brain to fight against gravity with less space to move. Over time, that posture reduces oxygen delivery to the frontal lobes, the part of the brain responsible for focus, creativity, and mood. It's one of the hidden reasons why so many older adults feel mentally fatigued by a late afternoon, even when they haven't done much at all. This next exercise gently reverses that downward pressure. When we lift our heads and look upward, the front of the neck stretches, the chest opens, and the carotid and vertebral arteries lengthen just enough to let blood flow more freely to the brain. It's a simple act, but it reintroduces the one thing the brain craves most: oxygen. Begin by sitting or standing tall with your shoulders relaxed. Take a slow, deep breath through your nose. As you exhale, let your chin drop slightly, then begin to raise your gaze toward the ceiling. Keep your jaw relaxed and your mouth closed. When your head is tilted back comfortably, hold that position for 5 seconds while breathing slowly. Feel the stretch across the front of your neck and the gentle pull in your chest. Then return to your starting position, just as slowly. Repeat this movement 5 to 6 times. Avoid jerking your head back or straining too far. The goal isn't to force range, but to allow your arteries and neck muscles to open naturally. If you feel any dizziness, pause, breathe normally, and reduce the angle next time. With repetition, your comfort and circulation will improve together. Many people notice that after just a few sessions, their vision feels sharper and their head feels lighter. This is because blood is flowing more freely through the carotid arteries into the prefrontal cortex, where mental energy and alertness are generated. Researchers from the American Journal of Geriatric Medicine found that controlled upward head extension can increase cerebral blood flow by up to 9% when performed consistently for 2 weeks. For an enhanced version, combine the movement with mindful breathing. Inhale deeply as you look up. Hold your breath for 2 seconds, and exhale as you return to neutral. This not only stretches your neck muscles, but also encourages your lungs to expand fully, giving your heart more oxygen to pump upward. Do this exercise in the morning light, when the body is most responsive. It's especially powerful if done outdoors, where natural light helps reset your circadian rhythm, supporting better sleep and mental clarity throughout the day. And just when your body begins to settle into this upward rhythm, there's one more motion left. A grounding gesture that doesn't just move blood, but invites calm, warmth, and a sense of peace through your entire nervous system. Something as simple as touch can complete the cycle that movement began. Number 5, neck massage upward with both hands.
After all the stretching, lifting, and turning, there's one final act that completes the cycle touch.
The human neck isn't just a column of muscles and bones. It's a living passageway carrying blood, lymph, and signals between the body and brain. Over time, those tiny channels become sluggish, especially when the shoulders stay tense or the posture is stiff. A simple upward massage helps reawaken that river, releasing tension while guiding blood and oxygen back toward the mind. Start by sitting comfortably with your shoulders relaxed. Place both hands at the base of your neck, where it meets the shoulders. Using the pads of your fingers, gently press upward along the sides of your neck toward your jawline. Use slow, even strokes light enough to feel soothing but firm enough to stimulate circulation. As your hands glide upward, exhale slowly, imagining you're pushing warmth and energy up into your head. Repeat this motion 10 to 12 times. You'll likely feel the muscles under your fingers soften almost immediately. That's because massage activates tiny pressure sensors under the skin that send calming signals to the brain, lowering stress hormones and expanding blood vessels. According to research published in Mayo Clinic Proceedings, light cervical massage can increase cerebral blood flow by nearly 20% for up to 15 minutes after completion. Be careful not to press too hard or massage over the windpipe. Focus instead on the sides and back of the neck, where the carotid veins and lymphatic channels run. The goal isn't to dig into the muscle, but to guide movement upward, slow and rhythmic. Each stroke helps your nervous system recognize that it's safe to relax. For a deeper variation, warm your hands first by rubbing them together. Then apply small circular motions at the base of your skull. This area, known as the suboccipital region, is rich in nerve endings that influence blood pressure and breathing. Gentle stimulation here not only relaxes the neck, but also enhances oxygen delivery to the brainstem, the body's control center for balance and awareness. To finish, rest your palms on the sides of your neck for a few seconds. Take a deep breath and simply feel your pulse. That steady rhythm is your reminder that life still flows upward, quietly supporting thought, movement, and memory. And yet, when the flow of blood returns, something even subtler begins to stir a sense of stillness, focus, and ease that no pill or supplement can imitate. It's what neuroscientists call wakeful calm, the moment when the body and mind remember they're on the same side. What you've just practiced may seem gentle, even simple, but it speaks directly to the most vital system your brain depends on: circulation. Each of these 5 movements was designed to reopen the pathways that age, tension, and stillness slowly close. When blood flows freely, it brings oxygen, glucose, and warmth to the neurons that keep memory sharp and thoughts alive. The side tilts loosened the vertebral arteries that anchor your balance. The chin-to-chest movement reawakened the carotid channels that feed focus and memory. The gentle rotations cleared away the stiffness that clouds clarity. The upward gaze reversed gravity's pull, sending new oxygen to the front of the brain. And the final neck massage completed the cycle, calming the nerves, deepening the breath, and steadying the pulse. Together, they form a quiet ritual of renewal, one that can be done anywhere, at any time, to remind the brain what it feels like to be fully awake. The best results come not from intensity, but from consistency. A few minutes each morning or evening can make the difference between fatigue and vitality, between fog and focus. You may notice the effects: gradually steadier energy in the morning, fewer dizzy moments, deeper sleep, a mind that clears more quickly after waking. Those small shifts are signs that the oxygen highways between your heart and brain are open again. If this routine brought you comfort or clarity, share it with someone you care about. The simple act of movement repeated, mindful, and consistent has the power to protect not only your body, but also your most precious organ, your brain. And remember, as we age, health doesn't just come from what we eat or the medicine we take. It comes from the attention we give to how we move, because in every slow, deliberate motion, we remind the brain that we're still here, still alive, still learning, and still capable of renewal. Take one last breath. Feel the warmth in your neck and shoulders, and know that every heartbeat you just helped along has already begun to change how your mind feels.